Oh, Sunday. Oh, Monday. Oh, Tuesday. Oh, Wednesday. Ooh, Thursday. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It is so great to have you here today. I'm Miranda and I love sharing all about peaceful living. Obviously, that is the name of my channel, but it's all about holistic well-being. It's all about amazing recipes you can use in the kitchen. It's all about emotional management and triggers and parenting and anything to do with being usually a mum, but a woman in this day and age, and how you can manage all of those things from a holistic standpoint. And yes, I do share faith-based things as well. I'm a Christian, and there's lots of different topics and videos all about how to manage your life on this channel. So that said, thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about habits for in the morning. So morning habits, some morning routines, situations that I use regularly, not every day. Let's be fully transparent again here. But when I do use them, I know that I'm going to start my day better. I'm going to have more energy. I'm going to be more focused for the day. And for me, that's really, really, really important. So we're going to be talking about 3 different things you can do as part of your morning routine that are going to help you be your best self for the day. All right, let's get started. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to share with you, you guys might have heard me say some of this before, but the first one is to try to get up a little bit earlier than everybody else. Now, if you're one of those mums that gets up at 5 and the kids get up at 7 and you do this every day, you guys are all over this, and I am not that good at it, but I definitely like getting up earlier than the kids because it means that you can get your day started, and it means that you're able to be a little bit ahead of what's going on for the day. And most importantly, one of the most important parts of that is the fact that you've been able to hop up and just be you for a few minutes before you then have to be mum, and you have to be taxi, and you have to be nurse, and you have to be all of the different hats that we know mums wear. That is a huge deal, and you don't realize how amazing it is before you have kids to be able to get up and just be you. Okay, so that's my number 1 tip. And as part of that, what I do every morning is I jump up and I have a hot water or a cold water, depending on how hot it is, obviously. I have water every single morning as soon as I get up because I want something in my stomach, and it warms me up if it's a warm water and all that sort of stuff. So it makes me feel comforted straight away in the morning, and I feel straight away like my body's sort of lubricating, ready to get going for the day. So that's the number 1 thing that I love to do in the morning if I am not too tired, because there's been all sorts of stuff going on in our lives at the moment that has meant that I have not had enough sleep. Okay, so that's the first thing we do in the morning is jump up early if we can. Even if it's 15 minutes earlier than the kids, it just makes the biggest world of difference. All right. The second one is to try and fit in stretching. Now, this is something we actually used to do this with my school when we were little, when I was a kid. Okay, what was it? I was at school, at primary school, and we used to do stretches. We used to do 30-second stretches not all morning, but, for 10 or 15 minutes before the start of the day. And seriously, it was the best thing for your body and your mind as a kid, and it's so similar as an adult as well. So if you can stretch, it doesn't have to be 10, 15 minutes. If you can stretch while you're waiting for your hot water to boil for your cup of hot water, if you can stretch and just go, I'm going to listen to one song. For someone like me, whose brain never stops, okay, and it feels like boredom to stop, when actually I'm trying to train my brain to be more peaceful and be able to stop and be able to appreciate beauty and things like that regularly, what I do is I say to myself, you are going to stretch for one song. So I sit down on the floor, put a song on, usually put some worship music on, love it. Okay, something peaceful, not super boring, but peaceful. Okay, and then I can go, okay, I'm going to stretch. Even if the kids are out having their breakfast or whatever, it's not always as peaceful, but it does help. It still is helping, and you're moving your body intentionally. You're building flexibility and all those sorts of things. I just do a couple of stretches on a mat, and it really can help your brain start moving into the day. Okay, so stretching is amazing. And again, if you're a Christian, worship music is fantastic because it helps you get into that space where you're ready to look for God in the day, you're thanking Him already. It's all part of it. Okay, so if that's you, then love it. That is something that I love doing, and it really helps set me up for the day. Yep. Okay, just before we jump into number 3, again, this is not the longest video in the world, but that's okay. We're not all about long videos. Number 3, before we do number 3, I want to invite you to like, to subscribe, to hit the little bell thing in the corner if this is something that can help you. If you love hearing more about recipes, more about stress relief, more about how to be holistic as possible while we're still in our big world of not very holisticness, and stress relief, anything to do with any of those areas that I share, and motherhood generally, all right, then you might like to like and subscribe to this channel. The other thing you might like to do is to jump down into the description below and find any of the freebies that are down there that you can join or that you can seek out or that you can access. Okay, there's some freebies down there and I'd love you to find out more about them. The other thing that you need to know is that every month I run a monthly group coaching call. I actually do 2. I do one that involves Christian women, okay, and it means that we've got prayer involved in it too and some of those other, faith-based things. Now, if that's not for you, that's completely fine because I run another one that's for whoever doesn't want that stuff. Okay, so I run one that is for women, any women from anywhere that want to jump on and have a bit of a focus on their stress, have a bit of regular coach support, emotional support from a coach, but it not having to cost the earth. Okay, so they are the same format, just one of them has the faith-based element in there. So I wanted to create something for both. Okay, so if you want to find out more about those things, they're down below in the description. It's $35 for the 1-hour monthly group call. That's it. Okay, and you can jump on and jump in with me monthly and find out about things. That's a group format. All right, so there you go. Just before we go on to number 3. Now, number 3 is a real favorite for me. Number 3 of the healthy morning habits that it is fantastic to do is to create a to-do list. Now, just before we go down this line, I want to just let you know that I do not every morning sit down and create a to-do list. I do a big brainstorm. Now, you might like to just see my brainstorm. I did it yesterday and it's only partially done. So don't think that I'm finished because I'm not. All right. I grab a piece of paper like this and I do a brainstorm. And this is the one for now. You can see that I have categorized it a little bit more. Okay. Using a brainstorm is fantastic because you can actually decide what is important and what isn't. So for me, I do a brainstorm, I categorize it, and then I start, I use highlighters. Okay. Very pretty. I use highlighters actually to designate the importance and the priorities of those tasks. So that's what I do. Okay. And it's helping me. We've had a huge year this year, but it's helping me get life back on track and help my potentially ADHD brain from getting distracted by every other little thing. I know what is a high priority for today. So I tend to go, there's 3 priorities for a day. This is it, this is it, and this is it. Apart from all the things that I have to do as well, like feed everybody and make sure the kids are everywhere and make sure, that the washing's done and make sure that everyone's looked after and they've told me all of their things and make sure that, everything else has to be done. Okay, you guys know all about it. So the brainstorming is amazing. I'm going to share more about my exact process in a different video, okay, and I'll link that below. So if you want to find out more about my brainstorming process, then don't forget to check it out below. Other than that, these are amazing healthy morning habit things that I love to do that I know help me be a better person. And when I can do them, and when I do them regularly, then that helps me be a better me, helps me be a better wife, helps me be a better mother, helps me be a better woman, helps me be a better follower of Jesus, and it helps me do all the things that I want to do that I feel I'm called to without just feeling like I've got stuff throwing up in the air like this all the time. So if you feel like you're throwing stuff in the air, jump down into the group call or jump down and find out about my brainstorming space because this is something that's coming to a space near you very, very shortly. Anyway, You guys have a beautiful, amazing day, and can't wait to hear, how do you brainstorm? Love you to share something below in the comments. I'd love you to share a little bit about what is your top healthy morning habit. What's something that you do every day that you go, yeah, you know what? That helps me be my best self. Let's do that. All right. Share it below. Other than that, have a beautiful day. I'm Miranda. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye. Mums everywhere are secretly, or maybe not so secretly, feeling the constant mum guilt. Now, it feels like a bit of a tightrope just between judgment, guilt, trying to deal with all the things all the time. And we feel guilty, which is actually quite silly, but we feel guilty as a result of not being able to complete everything we need to, do everything we need to, and be there for our kids at the end of the day, let alone ourselves, our partners, and the rest of everything else that we're supposed to be doing. So I decided to address this issue head on, and I've written an ebook. It's called Stop Mum Guilt: How to Stop Running/Ruining Your Mental Health with Mum Guilt, and all about how I stopped it as well. So if you want to find out more about that, it's an ebook. It's on Amazon. You can find the links around my channel here, wherever you look, okay? And if not, look in the description below because I always pop it in there. It's super, super, super affordable, and I'd love to hear what you think about it. So it's called Stop Mum Guilt, and it's written by me, Miranda Hodge, and I hope it helps you out. See you soon.